He's all ready to rock and roll.
Are we live?
We're live. No one brought the coffees in.
No,
You want the coffee?
isn't it?
I think he's.
I don't think he's doing so
I don't
well.
think he's doing good either.
I don't think Steve's doing
Could
so
be his
well.
dementia.
It might be the gout.
Could be the gout. Let me tell you.
Maybe we should have started with green tea.
Oh, my stomach is gonna. I'm gonna shit my pants.
I don't think anything's. I swear to you, I think I could go to Taco Bell if it opened this
No,
morning,
I
and
made
I would
that
be
mistake.
absolutely fine.
I made that mistake last time.
What, like you were just like competing with yourself and like, screw it, I'm gonna go Taco Bell?
Just went. I just ate. I stopped on Thanksgiving.
Oh, so you went right into a Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah, and I ended up getting like H. pylori, and I ended up getting sick. My back.
The last time you broke your fast.
The time,
But that was 11 days you did.
10 days. 11-day one, I came up with a half an
And you
avocado.
had a Thanksgiving feast
And
after
I had
11 days.
I didn't have a feast, but I had Thanksgiving food.
Yeah.
Like I still ate clean, but it was still a lot of food.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting sick.
I think I'm going with the
All right,
omelet. I'm going with an
so
omelet. What are you going with?
We're 5 days in.
Yes.
We're 5 days in. I'm at 110 hours. I'm at 110 hours.
People want to hear you, man.
110 hours of fasting. Water, no coffee.
No, nothing. Everybody's, oh, you're taking electrolytes, you're taking this, you're drinking juices.
Dude,
I
you
didn't,
didn't even
didn't
do
put
that.
salt in.
I
your
didn't put
fucking-
anything.
Come on,
Nothing.
what's the matter with
You guys are you're so weak.
We gave you the
You
rules.
guys are so, yeah, I didn't need salt because I
you
am just
don't-
a, what did you call it? He called himself metabolically superior.
You know the salt thing.
What is the salt going to do for
Well,
me?
no, I had cramps last night. My
Ah,
freaking
yeah.
toes just gnarled up. You need salt, magnesium.
Yours is old? Yours looks newer than his.
Mine's not calibrated.
You have the
Yeah.
Keto Mojo,
Mhm.
and I have the Precision Extra.
And I have nothing.
Because you don't understand this, but
I don't understand.
All right.
3.8! Oh my
Look
God!
at you, first thing in the morning. That's really good. Give me a finger.
Which?
Oh, wait a minute. Let me get.
fucking animal, bro. Oh, you're gonna put it in the little machine? No, just.
Maybe I want to put it in his. Maybe his is all bullshit, dude. Maybe he's like a 0.4.
I'll
Well,
do yours too.
Yeah, do both.
You want me to just? Oh, you put the little machine in. I just stab my finger like a Neanderthal.
man.
I just stab.
Like a Neanderthal. I didn't feel anything. I don't think he put any
Oh,
a needle
yeah,
in
Oh,
there.
I put it on the wrong side.
He is fucked up this morning.
You're a horrible nurse. Oh, you got it.
Oh, sorry.
He just stabbed himself. Yeah, I felt it that time. There we go. There's some blood. He's drawing some blood, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at this. Where do I put this baby?
Hold on.
Oh
3.8.
3.8.
I better be above 0.9.
All right.
11 pounds.
That's all I care is,
11 pounds.
dude, I'm at 180.4. I'm going to put it on the
But it's
phone.
not about weight.
But I can't go any lower.
You
Alright.
look the same.
1.1? I'm above 1, at least. I want to go on yours. I bet you I'm like a 9.
Look at his little wiener.
It could be different.
Let's see. You gotta stick your own finger though. I don't play that.
You want to use
Right
the
here,
lens? Little
why don't
pinch?
you just,
No, you can't. Once you squeeze it, the blood gets weird. You can't. It's not supposed to squeeze.
yeah, I want to use the lance. I'm a little bitch.
Oh my God! Just.
I got it. Use the same one. It's you.
That's the same finger. No, here. This is Are you, you skeevy?
No.
Nothing's coming out of there.
Tip your finger down. You can't get me.
No, you need more than that.
No. Jesus.
Milk that shit.
Let me do it.
Yeah, let him stab you.
Hey, look at the fucking joy. Nobody's got this on camera. Look at the joy he's got here.
Did it
This
bleed?
is not really bleeding all that well. No,
Yeah, that's
no, it's this side.
Ah,
this side's
this-
bleeding better.
This guy.
This guy's bleeding. This side's bleeding better. Give me another stick.
Here.
No, I like this better.
Oh my God! Just you gotta stick the fatty part. And just
Dude, obviously I just got blood over there. I mean, come on.
3.8.
Give me this fucking thing. Jesus Christ.
3.8. Where's my where's the cap?
It's gonna turn off in a second. Oh man, you guys.
What an old man over here. What's going on? Did you put it on the wrong end? Did you put it in your pocket? What happened? How is this possible?
What the hell? What happened to the phone?
Where did he just go?
I just sniffed this. I'm a 2.1.
Wait. He
Oh,
threw it.
threw it.
Oh, now it's been in the
Oh,
garbage.
stop. The garbage is clean.
You trust my people a lot more than I trust my people. Dude.
Hurry up before it turns off. Fuck's sakes.
Oh God, I'm dry.
There you go. Easy.
I'm spinning. No. Oh, come on.
Come on, baby.
Come on.
Come on, Keto Mojo.
Alright, you were one.
Bring Daddy home. Let's go.
Let's see where I'm at.
Come on. Oh, it is accurate.
Damn it!
1.1, so it was the same.
Yeah. Your garbage
This
machines.
is 1.0, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's the same.
Well, I'm above a 1. That's it. Steve's gonna be at like what? So what? He's telling me it doesn't make a difference if you're above 0.5, you're in ketosis.
Yeah,
But I'm assuming.
Right. You were 0.9 yesterday, which is fine. That's nutritional ketosis.
Okay, but what are you guys at? 3 point. What does that do?
Doesn't do anything.
Doesn't do anything.
It's deeper.
You go deeper into ketosis, doesn't mean it's better.
What it means is I'm going to be able to come off eating. I'm going to try to stay in ketosis for another week or two.
Means you got higher testosterone.
Is that the truth? Because then that's the truth. Because this guy's.
That's a
Did
joke.
you? Were you taking your testosterone?
That's a joke.
That's see, you're fucking cheating, dude. You just can't do it legit. You just can't put a freaking thing in your body.
I didn't put anything in my digestive
Little
system.
any peptides?
Anything injectable, I stayed on. That's nothing to do with it. That's my head.
Dude, I didn't.
You what? You took it? You didn't? You don't?
Nothing.
Do you take injectables though?
No, I take blood pressure medication and all that shit. No supplements. I did
I'm only
nothing.
at 1.7.
What a loser!
I am. What did you call yourself?
No, but I
Metabolically superior.
That's me.
All right,
But
this is fun. This is like better than
it's
like
first
toasting.
thing in the morning, and that's your ketones are going to be lowest
You
first
got
thing in the
sugar? You
morning.
want to check glucose?
I don't have the glucose one.
I do, but are they the same or different for your machine?
No, the machine is the same.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right,
All right. Well.
here.
Oh, we're gonna drink. Oh wait, we're gonna drink coffee and then retest.
Exactly. How much longer after we
We'll
drink the
have to
coffee?
waste At least 30 minutes.
All right.
30 minutes. We retest.
All right,
Wait a
boys.
minute, is this my? Hold on a second.
This is almost like a ritual. This is a
This is
a
my
religious
first sip of
experience
coffee.
right
Let
now.
me get this nonsense
Look
out
at
of the
him.
way.
Look at him.
Look, he's gotta get serious.
I gotta.
Do
I
we?
gotta-
You sit? I'm gonna isolate on
We
you,
are?
man.
We're
Hold on,
good?
Let's isolate
We're
on
live?
Steve.
Put it right on Steve.
Little ISO here.
Yeah,
Hold on.
that's
Let's
fine.
just. This is actually gonna be fun. Hold on.
I'll
Let's
stop.
ISO on you, man.
This is my first.
Look at
sip
him.
of coffee.
It's like he touched his first vagina.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's
Yeah.
shaking. When was the last time you went 5 days without coffee?
I was 13 years old.
Oh, wow. So you-
13. Look at this.
Oh.
Oh, he went in. Look at the eyes.
Yay, Steve.
Was it good?
That makes me so happy.
is good?
It's so good.
Alright.
Cheers, boys.
Well,
Whoops.
Cheers.
Nice job.
Cheers. We did it.
And
I didn't think I was gonna do it.
Yeah,
I really didn't.
5
I'm letting you
days.
know this.
And
This is the last meal challenge, food challenge I'm doing with you
No,
guys for a
no.
very long fucking time.
No, I think we need to do this every once. This is very easy.
It actually was easier than I thought. I'm not happy with the amount of weight I lost, and it
Don't worry
started
about
with
the
the carnivate. I have to worry about the weight. dude.
Don't.
You know what? You only work 4 hours a week, and I'm struggling with moving my body a little bit.
Listen,
It's not really weight
you're
loss.
not. First of all, you're not really working. You're just rubbing on people.
Oh.
Or I'm just kidding.
Oh.
No,
Yeah.
no, just kidding. No, but seriously,
I don't know.
I don't think you need to worry about the weight because once you get your body gets adapted and gets healthy, your weight will come back on. Plus, you should be working out a little bit.
I do my push-ups.
I know.
Come on.
Were you working out?
No,
No,
you,
no,
no,
swimming.
no,
Were you working out?
no. I just did the.
I woke up on
Yeah.
Monday and
Cardio.
Tuesday. I was useless. I couldn't. My energy was zapped.
I was in
felt
so
terrible.
much body pain
Yeah.
on Tuesday.
So I have felt zero difference
I mean, I don't
at
maybe
all.
just didn't
I
get
mean,
deep enough in.
you really think that's the case, or am I just metabolically superior?
No, you're
could be
so
just-
metabolically
And I'm a
inferior.
little bit younger.
You're so metabolically inferior.
And
that
I'm
you
a
would-
little bit young.
I'm a little bit young. I mean, I am, and
How old are you?
47,
So we're 5 years apart. It makes you guys what? How old are you?
I'm
24 years apart.
I'm 7 years older than him.
7 years. Well, I don't
You
think
think that
should
makes a
matter, but
difference?
all
No, it
like
doesn't make a
my shoulder where I have get my
Yeah, yeah,
biopuncture
yeah.
shots was I thought I hurt it again. It was so bad. My back, across my back, was just killing me. My forearms were just.
What's
like,
the physiology?
I
Dehydration,
guess
maybe?
detoxification. I think.
Detoxification? Yeah, over dehydration.
You're
Because the next day I woke up like brand new. Like this, I don't even know my shoulder even
Yeah.
exists right now.
Right.
It feels incredible. Like nothing bothers me. I was laying in bed last night, like I felt like I was floating. Like nothing was wrong with me at all. But on Tuesday, I thought like
I want to go over the pros and the cons. I want to hear like, okay, so like so you felt like shit the first couple of days.
the
And
second day.
It's only the second day, or
Because I do 24-hour fasting once a week.
Yeah, yeah,
so
okay.
it's no big deal.
Got
like
it.
I can go from Friday to Thursday to Friday every week, so it's
Yeah.
not a big deal. But then day 2, got a little fatigued. You know, I felt a little, like you said, brain was a little off.
Yeah.
I felt like bags under my eyes. You know, patients were like, "You look a little tired. What are you doing?" I said, "Shut the fuck up." But then after that, I had no problems at all. I felt hunger pains the first few days, and every once in a while,
Pains or just like I was hungry?
my stomach felt like it
Yeah.
wanted to eat.
Yeah.
My brain still says I want to eat. Like even yesterday, like I'm walking to the front desk, all the girls are eating.
Yeah.
In my life, I'd normally just reach for something, pop it in my mouth. My hand goes like this, then I have to pull it back. Like the habits of eating is the problem, not the physiology of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not eating is no problem. It's the thinking. It's the last time I went to a wedding fasting on day 8. I had to go to a wedding. I just sat there.
Yeah, but you know what? You would do that if it was any other day, anyways. That was
You're
that
sitting
much-
there saying it's the last wedding I'm going to.
That's why I hate weddings. No.
That's why he doesn't have a tux.
right.
He's not having a tux over there.
So on day 1, nothing with me happened until the evening, right? Because I can go 20 hours or whatever.
that's
It's
not what you said
not a
before
big
without
deal.
the coffee.
Well,
That's when it
that's
kicked in.
the
Yeah.
difference. So the coffee, the lack of coffee was just started to get that pressure on the back of my head, and I went to bed, and a migraine started. Woke up with the migraine. The migraine stayed all through Tuesday, and on Monday on Monday night I had to do a Zoom call
I told Lauren about that.
with a whole bunch of patients and in an office and going through a metabolic reset. And usually I'm very high energy for those, and I have a whole lot to say, and I'm dynamic and funny. And
You shit the bed.
man, I didn't do a bad
Wah,
job.
wah,
I didn't-
wah.
I didn't do a bad job, but
Get the bullshit meter out there.
my head was not in it.
Yeah.
Like I just couldn't think. So Tuesday, same thing. I just felt like I couldn't think. I took a nap in the middle of the day, and my
Yeah, sure. What a nice life.
Asshole. All right. We were working. She's
And,
like, Lauren was like, "Why does Steve look so good and you look so tired?" I was like, "Cause he's fucking not adjusting patients all goddamn day."
It's true.
She's like, "What's Pete look like?" I said, "Probably like me, right? Probably hungry with bags under his
I don't know.
eyes."
Do I have bags? I think I
Not at
may
all.
have
Dude,
just
you look
developed
great.
bags under my
Yeah,
eyes,
yeah,
but
you
I don't
look
know.
great. You do
I want to go over the things, yeah, but keep on going.
so
Nothing good in those first couple of days.
And then Wednesday, I wake up and I'm like, I'm going to the gym.
That's what I said.
I'm
I
going
felt
to
the
like,
urge to go to the
and
gym.
I'm not a morning gym guy.
Yeah.
Like I don't like to go to the gym until like 10 o'clock in the morning.
This guy.
That 7 a.m. shit that people do is crazy. But
6:15.
5 a.m. Yeah, they got the 5 a.m.
yeah, I know. There are 4 people go at 4 a.m. It's like
Yeah.
they're nuts. But I just wanted to go, and I went for a long swim. Did some hot tub, sauna.
That's not the
fantastic.
gym.
Well,
No,
swim.
Go to the gym, did a
We don't wanna
hot
do that.
tub and a
I did
sauna.
No,
It's-
I did a 45-minute swim.
Swim,
You
yeah,
want
that's
to
all right.
refrain from weights anyway in the first few
Yeah.
days. It's not ideal. I mean, you
Did
can do
all of our
lightweights.
protein from carnivore? That's gone already. That's just utilized. I actually just did a seminar on protein and muscle and sarcopenia. So, and the amount of protein that you need.
7R.
Sarcopenia.
No, what did you say? I just
Seminar.
Oh, seminar.
Yeah, I was just getting some CE.
Steve is you,
CEUs.
all right,
Oh
buddy?
yeah.
That coffee's hitting different. He's gonna start blowing us soon.
I don't know
He's
if
so
he got
happy.
excited or like
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
like, "What are we talking
All right,
about?"
I don't know.
You are.
There's 2 things that I want to add to you. Reminded me was my sleep has been ridiculously
Awful.
good.
Oh, yeah.
No,
That
my-
was
my
my sleep has
So
been
for
awful.
me,
I
that's
was
Last
been
2
the
days.
number one thing.
fucking rock.
I'm waking up early
dreaming.
though. I'm waking up
I'm
early.
waking up early, but
Yeah.
I'm waking up like this. Boom.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Like today,
But I
woke
always
up
wake
at
up like that.
4:15.
Yeah.
I always. So the first, I didn't feel a thing. Hey, Kara. I didn't feel any different whatsoever. No headaches ever. No body aches. Nothing. Hungry. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I want to go through waves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Man, I knew when I was in ketosis, I just knew. The mental clarity, the ability to think. Yesterday, I had a big negotiation for 2 hours with an attorney, and
Nailed it.
and I really felt good. I was focused and concentrating. I got more work done on Wednesday and Thursday. Like just muscled through, and plus you're not thinking about food or
you got-
going for
you got
lunch.
2 or 3
or-
That's what we were
hours.
talking about.
Yeah.
Like I didn't. There was no
Extra time.
the fact that we didn't have to think about a food, like what to
Right.
eat or a meal or eating. It was
So
it
you
was
didn't
good.
feel no headache.
No different. If anything, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe I felt a little stupid.
Yeah.
I think it was probably Tuesday. Kelly's like, you got to get off this fast. And then by Wednesday,
Call it yelling,
that was it. Like, and then I was fine. But mood-wise, I think you could ask these guys. I don't think I changed. I was here every single day. I don't think I changed at all. Little hungry. My sleep was fine. I always sleep fine.
Yeah.
Until
I'm a good sleeper.
last night and the night before. Night before was when I was, dude, I could not sleep. I was like tossing and turning. I felt maybe like a little lightheaded, dizzy, almost like tingling in my hands and my feet type of stuff. But I will say this, struggling with a floater like Monday and Tuesday, floater's completely gone in my eye. The floater is completely gone. Yeah. That, I was like, that, okay. So I'm trying to see some positive benefit. I lost, dude, I'm 40 pounds lighter than my heaviest weight. I haven't been 180 pounds since I was
I don't want you to worry about the
old.
weight because your body is.
Forget your head, but how long is it? It's not like we started this the day after Thanksgiving with the carnival.
No, I was like 195 then.
You
so
were
I'm down
195?
15 pounds, maybe 15 or 16 pounds lighter than Thanksgiving.
I started at 194. I did lost. I'm
13?
I'm 183.
Yeah.
But all of it's been this 5 days.
No. This is phony.
Yeah.
It's not weight loss. Like
Yeah,
people who fast for weight loss
Yeah.
are should.
No, this is
They're always disappointed.
Yeah, that's why I don't want you to worry about that. because-
You're
No, I
gonna
was just worried
reflate.
I didn't want to get too thin.
but tonight you'll be back up 3 or 4 pounds.
You guys are gonna see my sexy legs. Here you go. Take a look at that.
Look at that.
180.4.
Look at those toes.
You like my toes?
That's nice.
It's a good looking toe. It's
Good.
like it's
That
a
means you're
nice.
smart.
I have like
The first
I have
one and the
right
second
size
one are the
feet,
same.
size.
That means a
same
lot.
size.
Actually, I thought I used to have Morton's toe, where the second one was bigger, but no, I'm the first and the second.
That means you're really smart.
I'm brilliant.
I know you are.
Yeah,
You're a
well,
1%.
I'm not so smart if I'm hanging out with you guys.
That's probably your only downfall. Other than that, I was laying in bed this morning. And for some reason, I was thinking about you, and I was laying in bed, and I'm like,
thinking about me in bed.
You're
I'm
fired.
a little concerned.
right. You're not. We can't be friends anymore. This is the last podcast.
Yeah, oh shit.
No, I was like,
He's thinking about me.
I was like, God damn, this guy is. This guy is so. I don't know why I thought about you. And I'm like, this guy is so fucking smart. How you got all these offices and running stuff and just doing it all. And I was just thinking about you, and I was just like, damn, I wonder how that works. How you do that? That's pretty great. You're a
Thank you,
cool
buddy.
guy.
I love you, bud.
Yeah.
So
how
we're
you-
about to do it. What are you
No,
talking
I
about?
know.
We're gonna go get a
You could
decompression
have
clinic up in Orange
you could
County.
have 3 offices and not make anybody better.
Actually, I had 18 offices and didn't make
That's
it
what I
better.
was thinking
But
about.
the other 15, I definitely wasn't making any better. Like here,
I'm totally joking
I
about
know
that. I'm
it's
like,
okay.
dude, I was like laying in there for summer because I got up at 4:15. I'm like, I gotta go see these guys. I'm like, this fucking guy's got all these offices and he's just chilling.
Have
It's
you been talking to
amazing.
my director in Closter?
I don't know your director in close.
Good. All right. I just want to make sure. Because he comes to me, he goes, I don't want to talk about how many patient visits we see a week anymore. He goes, how many people did we make better?
Oh, I should.
So that's what he's doing. How many
You
people
should-
did we make better?
You should allow me to coach all of your office teams, like the primary heads of each one, to get them to
Get on our visit. Like, so we had a director's meeting after our Christmas party. So it was like the week before Christmas. And we talked about, it was all about our culture and everybody having that same vision. And one of the things that's very, very cool that we did is that I wanted to get, I took this off of actually I saw it a post on Instagram or something like that. And when you have a vision that is so pure that everybody is on board with, it gives you almost like a childlike energy about it, getting up every day and stuff like that. That motivated the heck out of me because that just, resonated with
Plus,
me so much.
And this is actual science. The energy and passion of one person, or the energy is 1 times energy, but the energy and passion of 4 or more people is 10 times the energy.
Right.
And that energy actually will radiate out to your community and will attract the people. So that's
I got to make sure they have that
science.
energy. Victoria,
yeah.
do you have that energy?
All
right.
Here's what you do: is you make sure everyone's on purpose.
Hold on.
What you're trying
for our
to say.
listeners' sake, for our
I love this
listeners'
guy.
sake,
For Chris's mom.
for our listeners' sake. So we talked about how we felt during the fast.
Right.
What the hell did we just do? Like, why did we do it? Is it good for us? Is there benefit to it? What if somebody's listening out there and they want to know, these 3 guys just
We
fasted
actually
for
put a
5
label out here,
days.
fasting, so now people can actually find it. If they
These guys just fasted for 5 days. What did they accomplish? What's the benefit?
From a non-Dr. G perspective, first of all, I think it's absolutely essential. I think the health benefits of 3+ days of fasting is insane. I think the stem cell rebuilding. I think the the die-off of all of your sick cells, your cancer cells, your, cells like that is scientifically proven. I mean, if there's research on 7-day fasts a year and the prevention of percentages of diseases, it's an absolutely essential thing.
So you want to just dive in a little bit on
Yeah,
the
yeah, I just don't
physiology
know if
side?
I'm-
Here we
Yeah.
go, ladies
no,
and
no.
gentlemen.
Leave that for
Somebody
you.
turned-
Dive in.
Chris just turned them on.
Yeah.
Here we go.
No. We should dive in. Look, people are look. If anybody knows more than me, people know. People want what they want to understand it. They want to hear the science, right? So
I want to hear the science. I kept on asking. Everybody keeps on asking me, why am I doing this? I'm like, I really don't know. I think it's this test on discipline,
have to know.
and I think you guys
okay,
are fucking
so,
with me.
but no. But
Sorry,
All right,
for
on the mental
cursing.
side, I think it's a good thing to do because it's a discipline thing. It's
100.
like it's like it's like screw it. Let's
I sat down on my
do
couch.
something difficult.
I sat down on my couch with my 11-year-old son. I said, Hudson, you know what I'm doing right now? He goes, yeah, Dad, you're not eating. I'm like, you know why I'm doing this? He goes, no. I'm like, dude, this is
'Cause I'm a man.
Yeah. I said, this is discipline.
Yeah.
This is starting something. This is committing to something.
That's
This
right.
is you wanting to do
And
eating and everything like that.
keeping your word.
Yeah.
Keeping your word.
And I said, it's just discipline and commitment. And he goes, all right. Because my kids finish the sentence. When you start something
Finish.
and they say, you finish it. Because
Right.
I've done that since they were 2 years old.
But people can't understand. Like, I still go home and cook. I still sat at the dinner table.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't hide. Like,
Right.
I went.
They
to
were saying like,
dinners.
oh, they were hiding their food in front of me. You don't have to hide. I'm back
Yeah.
in the thing. They have pizza.
Yeah.
Yesterday they were like, oh, Philly cheesesteak.
But I think that
Yeah.
separates, from a mental. It separates a lot of people. Like the ability. Again, that's why you have had 18 offices. Like that's why you are who you are. Is because even though you acted like a bitch through it, you still. I just said we.
I
don't-
want to qualify.
we
I
don't-
didn't really act like a bitch.
I just throw words around like "don't quit." I put the word "quit" in for you, and I know you're not gonna quit. You fucking asshole, because I know you're never gonna. Anytime I use that word, you'll never stop. So it's so easy because it's in your brain.
I don't need
You're-
you
no,
to
I know-
motivate me at
I
all,
know
but you
that.
know that.
I
So
know
that's
that.
why you
That's
could
why
do that.
you're a
Yeah.
machine.
So
That's why I love that.
I told my daughter, I said, look, I go, we live in a world of such extreme abundance. We're so blessed to live. There's no better time to be alive than today, and the next best day to be alive would have been yesterday, right? Because think
We don't know
about
about
it.
tomorrow.
Anything that has ever been called food on planet Earth is reachable in all of history, is reachable at an arm's length, super cheap, anytime we want it, 24 hours a day. So all of the problems we have are related to that abundance. So imposing some rules.
That was profound.
Yeah, imposing some rules is a good idea. Like people who are gluten-free, who cares if you're gluten sensitive? Like don't go running around doing tests. Go gluten-free because all the crap that you're going to eliminate by being gluten-free creates this, this avoidance of highly processed crappy food, but also gives you a discipline, right? So it's like a hard rule to follow. So you commit to something. I'm going carnivore for a month. I'm going to fast for 5 days. It's something that tells your body that you can do it, first of all, that you're not weak.
Right.
But going to the cells and the stem cells, so you have a whole bunch of cells in your body, and everybody thinks, I'm 54 years old. Actually, I'm probably 18 months old, because every single cell in my body over 18 months is going to replace itself one way or your entire GI tract replaces itself every 3 weeks. You're going to go through 400 pounds of skin in your shower in your lifetime. So all of these cells are at one stage or another. They're either brand new, middle-aged, or old.
Right.
And if you're so comfortable, if it's always 72 degrees in your house, you're always fed, those old cells that should die off don't. They just sit there and live, and they kind of take up space being dysfunctional. And they could flip and become, like you said, cancer cells or whatever. So you put a stressor on, whether it be ice bath, saunas, fasting. These are stressors. They call it hormesis when you put a stressor on your body and your body has to adapt. So what is it going to do during this fast? It's going to say, oh my God, there's a crisis. There's something going on. I'm going to release a bunch of stress hormones, set the alarms off, and kick in my body systems that haven't needed to be kicked in for a long time. Just imagine your police force and your fire department in your town had nothing to do
Sensitive
for
subject, Steve.
decades. No, I know. But if they had nothing to do for decades and all of a sudden there's raging fires, are they ready? right? That's why they train and all that stuff. But in your body, you want those alarm systems to be ready. So every once in a while, it's a good idea to put a stressor. Trigger it.
Is there anything besides fasting that could trigger that? What about
Yeah,
like fear?
Like
You go off at the top of a cliff, you got to jump off.
Okay,
it. I'm assuming
so-
that would do, get the cortisol moving.
no, that's interesting. So there's eustress and distress. So just imagine
Right.
you're about to jump out of an airplane. There's two ways to feel stress. One is to jump out with a parachute. The other way is to jump out without a parachute. They're both stressful, but you don't have a parachute.
It's a little different.
It's a little different.
So it's autophagy, right? That's what
So autophagy is the science.
the name.
science
Big
guy.
word, yeah.
The big
You're
science
so
guy.
smart. Oh, he said autophagy.
I looked that word up all week.
He said senescent cells.
I don't know what those are.
So those old cells die off. Autophagy, your body will gobble them up, reuse the
Good parts.
the good parts and recycle it.
And where did the good bad parts go? Because nothing came out of me for a fucking week. I can tell you that. There's still somewhere I need to get them
Was
out.
your urine concentrated?
Dark
Yeah,
the
I
whole
was.
week?
It was.
Dark,
It was a
dark,
weird
dark.
color. It was a weird color. I tried to not. I do. It was tough for me when I'm working. I don't drink enough water every day, but obviously the only thing I could do
ton of water.
Yeah.
It
was
was
drinking
dark.
water.
It
But
was
I,
dark.
ton of water.
I tried to stay as hydrated as possible. I had to. It was the only thing that was going into my body, and I saw not the dark of dehydration because literally every Tuesday.
No, it was a weird color.
It was a weird color.
Yeah.
So what is that coming out of me?
That's it.
Well, first of all,
Death.
first
Good.
of all, when you're not experienced in getting into ketosis, right? You
1.1.
you start making ketones and your body doesn't really utilize them, so you kind of breathe them out and urinate them out. So some people get that bad breath, that
Yeah.
it's
fruity
like a
breath.
cat shit in my mouth.
Yeah.
I actually was asking people. I was very fearful of that. As patients, they're like, no. I just
no.
telling you, I was doing pretty good.
Yeah.
with that
So
stuff.
if you're not blowing it off,
You get the coffee tongue, yeah.
if you're not blowing it off, then you're using it. So you guys are both very active during the day, running around, doing
Yeah.
stuff. So your body's going to utilize, your muscles are going to utilize the ketones. But what else is coming out? I guess whatever waste you're
Dead cells.
you're producing, the byproducts of
mean,
metabolism.
Wouldn't you think that would be more fecal than urine? No.
No,
What do you
why?
got? No.
I don't know.
Why? Your kidneys are going to get rid of the
I sweated out
purines,
too
is
because I
gonna
did the
get-
sauna.
No.
But
Yeah.
you gotta. I
What-
mean, this is there's so much research on this.
But
We talked about
but
liver
the-
yet.
But
Okay.
the coolest thing, well, we should touch on that. But the coolest thing is the immune system, because 5 to 7 days of fasting has been shown to cause your bone marrow to actually shrink by 40%.
Shrink.
And-
That doesn't seem good.
No. Shrink by 40%, meaning you're losing tons and tons of immune, producing cells, immune system producing cells. And then within a day of refeeding, it reinflates
with all freshness.
with freshness.
Greatness.
Brand
Right
new,
now we're
brand new cells.
If we talk like this on Tuesday, I might have been a little bit happier. Be like, yeah, we're gonna get to this point. There's at least a goal, but you're making me. Well, it's probably the coffee too.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And just imagine,
No, it's
you're-
fucking amazing.
If
That's
you
what I'm
have
trying to
leaky,
say.
if you have like leaky gut syndrome and SIBO and gas, bloating,
Colitis, all
loose
that
stool, colitis.
What about
all
so
those
I wanted to talk
symptoms.
about colon. So
Yeah.
I had diverticulitis on my last colonoscopy,
Yeah.
which was crazy because my father died of colon cancer, so I get them all the time.
Wait, can I
the
say
first
something?
time at 47.
Okay, go ahead. No, you go.
For the first time at 46 years old, I'm getting diagnosed with like a diverticulitis. I'm like, what?
Diverticulosis.
Diverticulosis. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God. And I was like, what? That's crazy. But what did it do to my colon? Did that heal?
Yeah, so
Yes.
every single cell in your digestive system replaces itself every 3 weeks.
But those are pockets.
When you eat, well, yes. So those muscular pouchings are not going to change, because that muscular layer is on the outer. That's not your inner layer, right?
I guess you're
that's
right,
not
yeah.
the lumen. But
This fucking guy.
no. But
just show it off.
what's more important is
love
that your digestive system just took a 5-day break.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's not processing anything. So all those, you go to sleep at night, all those valves open up, everything contracts, it pushes, anything in there is getting pushed down the line, and it gives you an opportunity to heal. All right, now your bacteria are starving too, though.
Right.
Your probiotics are starving.
Right.
That's why our stomach-
Yeast,
And there's
organisms.
die-off.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the issue is the die-off.
Yeah.
Any of the symptoms we had of
Hurts.
right. That would be the die off of the
Herx?
Herxheimer
Herxheimer.
reaction
Yeah, the
is
Herx.
detox.
Yeah, it's a detox.
So that's probably what we were feeling those first
I was feeling
2
it for
days,
sure.
aches and pains. Maybe your lymph nodes swell up.
Yeah.
because
Felt
of that.
nothing. I don't have bad bacteria in me.
Maybe it just didn't get deep enough. Maybe it didn't get deep enough in.
Saying that.
I
How
just
is that
am-
even possible?
It just because I'm just saying everyone's different.
So you're saying like the more you're toxified, because I'm without a doubt more toxified than you guys. 'Cause,
you may not be though.
No,
because
I
you're
absolutely
you're
am.
hyperactive.
I am, but
Like
I eat,
your body is hyperactive.
True.
So you
High-
might
high
be
meta-
able-
high
might be able-
metabolism.
Yeah, so you might be burning stuff quicker than like me. I sniff a burger, I weigh 18 pounds more.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you
no, no.
are just like a hyper responder, one
Yeah.
percenter.
Oh, you were about to say something before I talked about.
I know,
d-
and then we'll get
colonoscopy.
back to this, but
Yeah.
I was this week. I just had over the last 3 months, I've had an influx of people with like diverticulitis or colitis or what's the
Crohn's.
Crohn's. I have like 5 patients with Crohn's, and every single one of them has a hyperthoracic kyphosis, a severe. So, and the ones I've been working with, and I put them, and I start to get their hyperthoracic kyphosis back, have been getting, but like 2 of them have been able to not, beep, boop, boop.
Schmack, schmink,
Bep,
action,
bep,
schmack,
all-
schmink, action.
right, are doing better,
Yeah.
right? I'm not saying stop your stuff, you know what I'm saying? But they're all having these great improvements, and I'm like, what is going on? And then I start to look, and all of them, right at the where the nerves that innervate that area of your body is the area of the compression.
This is from the
Something to
journal.
think about.
This is
Here,
from the
bud. Come on,
journal,
what are you doing?
the American Journal of
Grab that
Gastroenterology.
dongle. Grab that dongle.
So that's why, and one guy actually referred another guy because he has it and his posture was hyperthoracic. And he's like, I think you need to go. And he came in this week. And I'm like, God, look at these guys. And then Lauren's brother has it, and he's got the worst hyperkyphosis of all.
Okay, so this is from the journal,
Then
the
back.
American Journal of Gastroenterology.
You don't even have to. Oh, you have to do it for you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
January 2025. Spine and sacroiliac joint involvement in newly diagnosed patients with inflammatory bowel disease.
There you go.
Clinical and MRI findings
I might have wrote that.
from a population-based cohort.
See
But-
if
but
Chris is
here's
on there.
what's
Is he an
interesting.
author there?
Here's what's
Am I on there?
interesting. It's from the American Journal of Gastroenterology. They,
Research this.
I would imagine the researchers involved, super smart people, the best of the best when it comes to gastroenterology.
Yeah,
Are
it
they the
says
best
that
of the best
guys
when it comes
went
the
to
spine?
Caribbean College of Fake Medicine. No,
But
I'm just kidding,
But
guys.
they're-
That was a joke.
For this group, whose mindset is so far from ours,
Yes.
Right.
to
then-
see the correlation, they're not even going anywhere as deep as
Right.
you
So
know
the correlation
that,
is
that they could.
1,000 times
More than
intense
he-
than that.
yeah.
Right. They're just touching on it, going, huh? And we like this. We know the exact the
Do
physiology.
all
and science behind
chiropractors
it.
have this? It was like that study that came out how many years ago with regards to an atlas
Dude.
adjustment and blood pressure and
What does it say here? 2025, January 1st. January 1st, 2025.
Yeah.
that was
Like
10 days ago.
10 days ago.
Yeah, 9
Yeah,
days.
10
What-
days.
what
10
is it?
days. 10 days.
9 days ago.
Yeah.
Give him some credit.
So from a
So I didn't even know that, and I did that. So I'm just saying. So maybe we got to work on that a little bit.
On me.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that shows
Just for prevention. I mean,
You know
look
what?
at
That shows the
I think I want to
correlation-
commit to coming over there. But I
that
just-
shows the correlation between the immune system, the musculoskeletal system,
gastrointestinal system.
right, and the gastrointestinal system.
And also the nervous system. I mean, that's obviously
Well,
our
of
point is
course. That's the
chiropractic.
primary.
But like,
That's
I,
the-
It's the foundation of health. Okay, back to that's all. I just didn't want to forget to say that because
All right.
I just for you, you're
I could trigger you back by saying liver, but you got you
Okay.
were in the middle of something else before
No.
that,
So
though.
we went to the immune system. Then it comes to metabolic health. So the biggest problem that we have right now is, who was it you that texted? I don't need. Somebody texted me this week saying, oh no, this was a friend of mine in Indianapolis.
I don't think
no,
the fast
sorry.
helped him at
So
all.
he's
Or
got
the
he's got
coffee section.
early fatty liver. He's got early
No,
fatty
that was
liver.
me. I have fatty liver.
No,
We
I
talked
know,
about
but
it yesterday.
he's got early fatty liver, and he's like, dude, I never, drink alcohol.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I understand that. We know that alcohol and medications can cause fatty liver disease or elevated liver enzymes, but the number one cause of needing a liver transplant is non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD. It surpassed everything else. We're seeing NAFLD in teenagers. Just like we're seeing type 2 diabetes in teenagers, we're seeing non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. What does that mean? Non-alcoholic, meaning the fatty liver is caused by your diet. It's
Yeah.
caused by the processing of excess carbohydrates that you just can't, So your liver enzymes go up. You start making triglycerides to deal with the extra sugar. The triglycerides just kind of crowd around your fat, and it creates crowd around your liver, creates that visceral fat phenomenon, right? And visceral fat is very dangerous because it's inflammatory and all that stuff. So fatty liver, once you do a 5-day fast like this, your body says, I need a new fuel source. The new fuel, because I'm not getting any food. What's the fuel source? It's body fat. That's the purpose of body fat. So you start breaking down triglycerides, sending it into the liver, and making energy from it, making ketones. The fat that you metabolize first is the fat that's actually that's closest to the liver. So your liver just kind of melts, all that fat just kind of melts. The changes happen within 24 hours.
Should I take a blood test today?
He's so excited.
I want to see. I want to
So-
see.
I do a metabolic panel and just see what your liver enzymes are like. Doing a blood panel after 5 days of fasting is fine.
And
But
30
it's
days
not
of
real.
carnivore.
But it's not real.
Yeah, it will be artificial.
It's not like a
Wait a
month
week.
from now,
Yeah.
once you start refeeding, you're like, oh, my liver enzymes are great.
Right
and
now,
everything's
everything's going to
great.
look spectacular, and some shit will be off too.
Yeah, because
it'll
this-
look messy.
The stuff that changes really fast can change back really fast,
Yeah.
right? But people one of the best things you can do when you're so metabolically unhealthy is to kickstart your physiology with a fast. But doing a 5-day fast is not a long-term solution. It's a very short-term process.
But what it does is, and what it did to me was like getting up to this before we did this, even though we were doing carnivore, I was still eating. And now I'm like, I realize it's like you can have so much more, like even us, we can have so much more self-control on the consumption of food. Like
Yeah.
if I can go 5 days, I could
Morning, Dr. Strauss.
I could go, there's nothing even wrong with doing just dinners sometimes or just lunch sometimes just to keep your body healthy and if you don't think you can do it, it's all here because we just did 5.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like if I eat Thursday night, I can definitely do Friday at 4 or 5 and eat and get all this health benefits once a week, And it's a pretty crazy change of your mind. Like now you can do these types of things.
I kind of do that now that I'm thinking about it, and maybe that's why I may have had different changes. Every Monday, I don't eat again until Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. So I'm doing almost a 24-hour
Yeah,
fast
and
every
that's
single
once a week. It's good.
And
Humans are omnivores, right? We can adapt to any climate, anywhere on this planet. We can adapt and thrive,
Right.
whether we're on the equator, on the poles, or anywhere in between. So if you want to live like a vegan, if you want to live like a gorilla, well, then you can thrive, but you have to behave like a gorilla. You have to kind of eat multiple times a day. You have to, you have to get a lot of vegetation, if you're going to be vegan. But if you're going to act like a carnivore, you can thrive. You can do great. So what does a carnivore do? So a gorilla sits and eats 16 hours a day.
right,
Right.
carnivore gets
Nothing
one meal.
One big ass
A
meal.
carnivore, a lion is going to take down a gazelle, feast, take a nap, and it's done until the next day.
Yeah.
So
I
if
like
you're going to
that.
be carnivorous, there's no reason to eat multiple times a day.
Yeah.
But
Got to eat large
you
quantity.
also have
Gotta get the calories.
You got to make sure you're not calorie restricting
That was going to be my question to you.
and
So-
protein restricting.
Right. So is it better, or can you say if it's better, a lot of small meals? If you're going to be omnivorous, right? Or like you said, like large, big meals. Like where do you want to control? Where is the control that you
I
want?
think
so we don't need to eat that much. What does that mean to you?
I think in a perfect world and based off of how we are as human beings, and Steve might obviously have a better answer than me, of course, or he'll correct me.
I'll correct you.
I think 1 or 2 big meals a day is a way better option built on how we are as physiologically as humans than eating all day long. I
Yeah,
think
it-
the 6 small meal a day thing is, I think is
First
it's
of all,
stupid.
if you're
Sorry.
if
anyone offended, by
you're
that.
a productive
He's not sorry.
if you're a productive member of society and you got things to do and you got shit to get done, who's got time to think about 6 meals a day?
Right.
I don't even
I
know
just
what the
think
hell.
even letting the stomach digest, letting the body digest, and getting your calories is absolutely essential. But I even think eating for the seasons is
I agree with
absolutely
that, too.
essential.
I
You
just
know,
pretend I live in an area that I can get everything all the time.
right.
so.
Doesn't yeah, but you got it's weird when you're buying a watermelon in the winter.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's that's why
From Chile.
Right. So,
Right.
I believe in the 1 or 2 meals per day thing, and I think, and they have to be big and they have to be healthy, common sense type of stuff.
I used to do chiropractic mission trips down to the Caribbean, right? So one of the things you see there, so where I practiced for 16 years in New York City, strongly Dominican population, and I learned the language, I learned the culture, and then I decided to go down to the Dominican Republic and Haiti to do some mission work. And when I went down there, forget the cities. The cities are just as bad as any city here. But you go into the countryside, and the health challenges you see have to do with trauma, have to do with, just not being cared for if something unexpected were to happen to you. So they're not really suffering from metabolic disease. But then you look at their diet and lifestyle, and it's like, yeah, they're consuming a lot of food. They're, they have their cultural
Cuisine.
cultural
yeah.
cuisine.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is when you're there in the Dominican Republic, and people are eating, lots of carbohydrates, lots of fruits, because it's all there, it's all growing, it's all in that's where it's supposed to be. And then you take that same population and you migrate them to the United States, and you send them to Toronto or New York City, and now they're obese, they're type 2 diabetic,
what
they have
happened.
all the metabolic disease. So you take the Dominican out of the Dominican Republic, and they still behave like a Dominican here.
Yeah.
There's got to be there's some kind of consequence to that.
Yeah. I have one of my first CAs was she got married to a guy, and she lived in Pearl River, and she was Dominican. She barely spoke any English, and so we hired her, and she was only here for 2 years, and she worked with us for 6 years. By the end of her 6 years, she was sick, she was overweight and tired, and it was because she kept her same Dominican habits but ate American food.
Right.
That was the only thing that changed.
Right.
And she's like, why is this happening to me? I was like, you can't eat the American shit.
American food is not the same food.
No.
Right?
And the truth is, if it's February in Toronto, should you be eating kiwis and bananas? I mean, just from a seasonal perspective and geographical perspective, you should eat according to where you are.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for diesel engines bringing bananas from God knows where, to our supermarkets in January, we would never be eating that. Right? So if you look at what primates do, a gorilla will sit there and eat every apple off of an apple tree in the fall when the apples are growing, in preparation for the winter, right? And all that fructose actually has, it contributes to their metabolism slowing down and the putting on of fat so they can get through the winter months.
Yeah.
So the purpose of fruit prior to the winter is to fatten us up and slow our metabolism. Actually has a hibernating effect.
And that's
Fructose
why
has a hibernating
That's
effect.
why fruit grows before the winter.
Right. And therefore, we survive the winter, and then
And that's why that's why only meat is available in the winter, because it's protein and helps sustain us.
Right.
Until we can get back into the greens and the field
Right.
greens in that season. I mean, it's such a beautiful flow of nature that has been created for us, and we just fuck it up.
Yeah.
It blows my mind. Like, people don't see, like, just
I
talking
never
about it gives
do a
me chills, like
long-term.
how
I never do a
design-
long-term fast in the summer, ever, because again, if you were to think, all right, what would humans have done
Right.
before
It's
civilization?
metabolically stupid.
Yeah,
to
it's
do that.
metabolically stupid. There's all this vegetation growing around you. You
beautiful thing.
wouldn't be starving.
Yeah, but we're
right?
still eating, chicken parm and bacon cheeseburgers.
Well, you are.
You don't eat that in the summer?
No.
You don't eat burgers and hot dogs in the summer? It's
Dude,
barbecue.
I
Everybody
haven't had
eats
a
it.
hamburger with a bun. I haven't had a hamburger with a bun in 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I haven't had a New York pizza in 15 years.
We talked about that yesterday.
Yeah.
You should have.
That. It's funny because not many cravings in the last 15 years of my life.
I love pizza.
And right around Tuesday or Wednesday, one thing I'm thinking about is not just pizza, going in the city and getting like a good slice of pizza. Like doing it, all right, ready to rock and roll. Liver. You were talking about my liver with the fatty liver. You said
Yeah.
it shrinks. It literally just shrinks.
The fat around it.
The fat around it,
The fat
right.
around the visceral fat. That's why doing a in-body or a DEXA scan to see what your visceral
Yeah.
body fat is before and after would be a fun
Well, that we
thing
could
to
have
do.
done. We could have just gone to the Kelly's office.
Well, you should have arranged that.
She gave you her office. She's like, just take it.
She didn't. She never got back to me.
She did get back to you.
No, she didn't. She said she had to check.
No, but she said, but I don't think that'll be a problem.
I know,
To
but that's
do what?
I want to take my team to her office to see it, and try out all the stuff.
Oh, yeah.
As a team build, and then make a Facebook for her to get some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she had the okay with the.
You know, that's super smart
Is this,
because
Nicole?
it shows that a great healthcare provider supports another healthcare provider,
Yeah, I want to. Yeah.
you know.
But she was unsure, and I was like, "Just get back to me. No rush.
If you're listening, Kelly,
Drop the ball, Kelly.
if you're listening, she can't hear you though because you're not even close.
Drop the ball. Pete would never drop the ball.
I don't drop balls.
Nope. Puts him right in his mouth.
That's a problem. I put them wherever I got to put them
Sorry-
to make sure
sorry,
nothing gets
Chris.
dropped, my friend. That's,
Sorry, Chris in
I'm
Southwest
so
Virginia.
Sorry, Seth.
I am so damn competitive. I just won't let it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like it just whatever needs to get done gets done. Look at all that blood just from a 1 cup of coffee, dude. You're at a freaking .0001.
I finished my coffee and I'm craving more.
I'm shaking.
Yeah, I got a lot. Like
Yeah, I'm feeling
blood
good.
pressure. I'll tell you, after the first 5 minutes or something that we had that little flow going on, that was the best I have felt in a very, very long time. I can tell you that. What'd you get?
3.1.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
3.1 with a cup of coffee. Oh shit! And an hour later,
Here we go.
which one you want to use?
Doesn't matter. Look at all the blood you guys have, though. Why do I not have any blood?
Get his setup.
I'm gonna be so sore from the pricks that I've had over the last couple of days.
2.2.
But you
went
went up.
But-
You're supposed to go up a little bit, but maybe not an hour. But that's good
Hold
that
on.
you
Let
go
me
down.
check it on yours.
Okay.
Stole my shit. It's gonna be the same, dude.
It'll be close.
I'm such a bitch. There's something wrong with me. I always knew that.
I can't open this. Open that by yourself.
Yeah, 2.1.
Nice.
All right.
Did you take the thing out?
No,
No.
I don't. I didn't have the machine. I don't know what to do here.
I didn't have the machine. Prick his fucking finger.
I typically don't freeze in paddock, though.
Once you prick, push that in.
Yeah.
And it'll come up. So you went up.
Give me a prick. Hey, Steve, give me your prick. That shouldn't offend your friend because. Here we go. Come on. 1.6. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, so. Damn, I'm thinking shaky as shit though.
The coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. All right. Here we go.
Push it in first. Hold on.
You just touched my blood.
I like that shit.
Does that mean it's good?
Good. No, it means it's ready to go. Squeeze. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
you
it's
did.
good.
Come on, baby.
Come on, baby. Do something for this guy.
0.2. Didn't move.
You're-
Didn't
1.1?
move.
You're lame.
I'm telling you, my body does not adjust.
Well, we learned that the Precision Extra from Abbott Labs and the Keto Mojo are pretty.
pretty on point. Old and new. They've made some good product, I would
Mine
say.
is,
You say old.
older. I mean,
Why?
5 years.
Why did you get that originally?
Because I'm for fasting and
Yeah.
I like to check my blood sugar. I like to eat
Oh, that does the blood sugar as well. What else does it do besides blood
just
sugar
blood sugar.
and ketosis?
Yeah,
Well,
they all do it. It's the thing is these strips are like $1 a piece.
Right.
Yeah.
For the ketones, and they're super cheap. They're
Yeah.
like 20 cents
Yeah.
for the glucose.
All right, dude. I'll pay you the fucking couple bucks. You could have just
you
said
owe me,
something.
You owe
man.
me $3.
Yeah, I tried to buy the coffee this morning. So
I use the app.
But
Who was it? You walked
I
in
was
and
there.
we're sitting there, right?
No, I was there before your order came in.
Oh.
And so I'm like 3 smalls. And I'm like, dude, we got to go
I got
small.
medium,
Is it?
I got
Yeah. So he starts putting, he takes it out, and then a second later, he starts pulling out the medium cups. He goes, your boy just ordered it online. I'm like, what are you talking about? You know? And he goes, medium. I say, we said we were going to go small.
All right. Before
Yeah, we're about the same. This guy's a freaking addict.
Gotta drink ours in a sec. Protect yours. Protect
let's
your coffee.
let's. So we talked about all the positive things about fasting. Are there any negatives?
Wait.
Forget how you feel. What are the negatives? What health consequences are there of fasting?
This is so beyond my scope,
I
so I
mean,
can't even
if-
contribute to
Why?
this.
Why, dude? Just think about it.
I think that if there's a
Lack of
thing-
nutrients. We talked about.
Okay, so-
you know, our environment. What the hell am I talking about? The holy shit inside your stomach.
visceral fat.
No, the fauna, the
Oh
fauna,
yeah, the microbiome.
microbiome.
The
Thank you.
microbiome's going to have dial.
See that, guys? And you get
But
stupid
hold on.
good
All you got to
diet,
do is eat something, and then it
Right
comes
away.
back.
Something good.
Right away.
Something-
right away. So
Right
is that
away.
inside of you, or you're getting that from the outside?
Your microbiome. It's not like you're.
It's there. It's just dormant.
You always have bacteria
Yeah.
in your gut. They're just going to flourish because there's food there to feed them.
All right.
Yeah.
They'll
So I
start-
can go eat Taco Bell, is what you're saying.
No,
They'll,
you
they'll,
would die.
Taco Bell.
Chicken jack.
I don't know. It was just
All right.
the joke that came up first, and now you just.
I
gonna stick
think-
with
So
it.
what caused you to get sick? What caused you to get sick that time you did an 11-day fast and you
Went
had
into
Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving.
dinner?
I think I don't know. I'm just eating the. I think maybe definitely not refeeding. You can't refeed with meat because you don't have enough digestive enzymes to break down meat. Meat just lays in your gut, and then you have stomach problems. So you have to rebuild slowly. So I think only bad things I would think of would be maybe some muscle loss, if any.
Okay, so but that's a big deal for people over 40.
Yeah. You
That-
know, so
that-
you got-
That's why I took the course on Sarcopenia.
Yeah, but
I mean,
one thing
and
about
it's over
well, then
45.
there's something that you should know about that because when you're in ketosis, beta hydroxybutyrate is not only a fuel, it's which is the ketone that you make energy from. It's a signaling molecule. It actually tells you to preserve muscle. Why? If it's 10,000 years ago, you're in New Jersey, it's February, and you haven't eaten in a week, and you're looking for a deer to take down.
And there it is.
You got to be fast, strong, alert, right?
But you don't have any of the
make
essential amino
evolutionary-
acids to
No, no,
maintain
no.
your
You-
muscle, right?
you
So you
abs-
lose
you-
your fast twitch fibers first, is what I learned. Type 2.
Yes, but you will. Again, the whole purpose is to preserve muscle.
Right.
But your liver will dump out. It's a storage house not only of glycogen,
Right.
it's also a storage house of amino acids. So you'll give your body the amino acids that you need while you're fasting. But you do have to be alert. That's why people have difficulty sleeping when they get into ketosis. You wake up early, you know. You have focus and concentration.
I've
You
never
can see
felt
that.
better.
Yeah. You
If
If I could never, I said this last night. If
Yeah,
I
he said he
could
was
never eat again,
yeah.
I would.
I feel like that.
Yeah, because I hate food. Food
Right.
makes if this is ideal, food is not ideal then because I just love this.
See, I
The
love
10 minutes
food.
after
I
you-
love the way I feel right now, but I
Yes.
love food.
See,
And me too.
I get mad at food.
Me too.
Because
No.
food makes me angry because it takes away this.
But the 10 minutes that we just had after we drank this coffee was like probably the best 10 minutes like I can freaking remember in a really long time. Like I had just great positive. Everything felt great.
Also,
but I love food. I do
I
love
think
food.
yeah, you're a foodie. I think also that people don't understand and that the science is I don't think there is an actual amount of muscle loss because after day 3, and all the research shows that you get like 1,000 times increase in growth hormone and like a 200% increase in testosterone. So your growth hormone and your testosterone actually go up while you're fasting, which I think is to preserve and be ready for action.
Yes. So from an evolutionary standpoint, it makes sense that you would preserve to a point.
Yeah.
To a point. I mean, at some point, you're going to start losing.
Yeah.
And this is the problem that a lot of people get into because they'll go from a long fast and then they'll go into like a 1 meal a day type thing. So you do 1 meal a day, and now you're not fasting. There's a big difference between time-restricted eating and fasting.
Right.
So with time-restricted eating, most people, their appetite is so low they don't get enough protein.
Right.
And then since they're not fasting, but they're not eating enough protein, they're under proteined, they start losing muscle. But they're happy because they're metabolically flexible, which means they're going in and out of ketosis. They feel good. They're losing weight. Their scale looks great. They're feeling like they're doing everything right, but their muscle is disappearing
Right.
over a period of months.
And muscle is the number one predictor of most diseases.
That's why. Yeah, that's exactly what it
right.
is.
You're
Again,
not
it starts
losing
with.
So the biggest
It starts with
danger
the-
is that. That's the biggest danger.
And it's
a
so
misunderstanding.
easy. Yeah.
It's just an uneducated thing.
And it's just so easy from what I was saying. Like, all it is, to tell you the truth, even it's obviously in the elderly is the worst and stuff like that. It's eccentric tension is what's going to stimulate that. But you also need to have the protein, especially essential amino acids. They were saying leucine is the most important one.
Well, that-
so
okay,
2.5
so
grams.
Leucine is so important. It's so important that it clicks on a genetic switch we call mTOR, right?
Exactly.
Which is the opposite of when you're fasting, it's AMPK, right? So AMPK is super important for people who are metabolically unhealthy, so fasting helps with that. If you're metabolically healthy, like very healthy, and you practice fasting, it might not be the right thing for you, right? Because metabolically healthy in today's culture means, you don't have a lot of fat on your body, you're lean, you're hormone sensitive. You're not getting the same benefit to fasting as somebody has a fatty liver.
Right.
Am I still in insulin resistance right now?
So you're more insulin sensitive. The question is,
You
how
check your
long is it? If you
glucose.
go to Taco Bell today and just kick back into,
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper world, that insulin resistance is coming right back. But it's a great way to start off insulin sensitivity.
Right. All right. So let's talk about reintroduction.
Refeeding.
This slow refeeding. Slow. What do we like? So for this afternoon, I was assuming I was gonna go like what did I say, eggs and feta, maybe some spinach, or no?
So I don't know if cheese is the best thing to.
And it depends
do.
on where are you cooking your eggs?
No, probably not.
So they're going to be cooked in some kind of.
I'll say butter. I'll have them cooking in butter.
My understanding and what I was always told was cooked soft vegetables, broths, or
Broth.
avocados.
So I'm gonna
Soft,
have
soft, everything
Eggs
soft.
and avocado.
I don't know about the egg part.
I want eggs.
I don't see it as a problem because
Alright.
it's
Yeah.
soft and it's the protein and it's not hard to digest.
And by the way, is that my first meal or is that like the first 4 meals? What do we?
Oh no, I think
By 24
within
hours,
24
you'll be fine.
hours
Yeah,
you're
fine.
yeah.
You just got to turn back on with something smart.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
and
with, like, a
it's not
soup.
like there's a difference between a 10 or 11-day
Yeah.
fast and a 5-day fast.
Yeah, I was
so.
broken after 10 days.
Yeah. That's
You were broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we think that you still think that was healthy, though. There's a limit?
It was. I mean, I think 7 days is really ideal. 7 days.
I mean,
5
I can tell you,
days.
I could have at this point now.
You could just
obviously,
go
I could have
forever.
kept on going.
Yeah,
Like,
there's no-
could you have kept on going, or
Yeah, of
would you have had
course.
a problem?
I'm still deciding if I'm going to stop.
I was too. Me too.
Yeah.
You had coffee.
Well, coffee is that's done. Like
He's having
I
fun.
got a
He's
taste of it.
having
I got
coffee.
So refeed is soft stuff, but I want to. What's the best way to get back into it and stay in ketosis for fat burning and is carnivore?
Yeah.
Or ketogenic.
Yeah.
Right. Should it be more fat now or
so
more
I
protein?
okay,
now?
so
Don't-
you're
don't get mad.
if you're
Don't
no
get
no no
mad,
it's good.
Steve.
What you're trying to
If
say?
you're
cranky, just
if
got
you're
nasty.
if you're doing carnivore,
Get this guy.
if you're
coffee.
doing carnivore with beef and eggs and some very high quality dairy, then you're going to be taking in 75% of your calories, 80% of your calories is going to come from fat anyway. Don't add olive oil and
Right.
cheese for no reason.
Right.
Just be carnivore and you'll be on a ketogenic diet. Carnivore diet, unless you're eating chicken breast all the time. Chicken breast is like the most ridiculous
Yeah.
food
I
because
wanna
it's
punch chickens.
Yeah,
Heard that here first. I don't know if you've ever heard it
what
before.
did you say?
Chris
I
wants
wanna
to punch
I want to
chickens.
punch chickens because they ruined them for us.
Yeah.
They used to be so great. Now they're just trash.
Yeah, man.
Like.
By the way, you found the white thing, huh? Or did I bring that in?
No,
here?
no, I brought it.
You
in.
found it. Yeah, I told you it was in the
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Sorry,
Oh,
I
this?
didn't.
I needed
yeah.
it yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
needed
well,
it
I
yesterday.
see the sun coming in from over there, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm getting all bright now, and
Yeah.
I'm like, we need another white
So
thing.
stay in ketosis, and obviously it would be a lower dose ketosis.
How long do you want to stay in ketosis for? Ever?
I mean, I would like to add in, like, today is my first day back to lifting weights and cardio, so I'm going to add in some zone 2 cardio, like Steve always talks about, and then some very light weightlifting. And I should try to stay. I want to stay in ketosis for until February, another week
Yeah.
or two. But by eating calories, like I'm not.
You can eat stuff. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna eat. I'm gonna eat, but I want to eat.
You're gonna eat vegetables now.
I want to stay in ketosis.
Yeah.
Well,
whatever
okay.
that
So
is.
is vegetables? So what is the?
You can have vegetables. The question is, what is the ratio?
Right.
How
Are we
much-
staying away from fruit?
Well,
Probably,
if you
right?
wanna be in-
That's
If you
all
want to be in
sugar.
ketosis,
Yeah,
It-
you gotta
it-
stay away
again,
from fruit.
fruit is not bad for you.
Right.
Fruit is not bad. For
No. What about nuts?
It's all gold. Yeah, nuts is just high fat. I mean,
Okay.
A
So
lot of fat, but
But you
protein.
can't
So
It,
not a lot of carbs.
It depends on if you don't have an issue, right? There are people who are very sensitive to plant defense chemicals, and nuts are basically high in plant defense chemicals. So if you're the kind of person who experiences a lot of GI symptoms and you have autoimmunity and things like that, then it's probably a good idea to stay away from nuts and seeds.
Right.
The reason why I asked that is because the most difficult part, or the most difficult time I had during carnivore was I have to have a snack because I need the in between, right? So
Let me drop a little.
here we go.
Here we go.
There we go. What you're trying to say
A snack,
is
an emotional event.
I know it's an
a
emotional event.
meal is a nutritional event.
You're right.
So-
But I'm a foodie. You're a foodie.
I am a foodie. I don't
So
eat
how do you
snack.
set aside?
I don't
you
snack.
I don't
A
snack.
little bit.
I eat
I'm
meals.
I'm weak.
I eat meals.
Right. So you'll eat a middle meal if you're hungry, or you just
What do you
you're
eat
just gonna
after
discipline?
dinner? That's what he's asking.
Oh, okay. So if no, it's a good question.
You know what?
So before
that
I
is a
went,
great question because if I had to think about it, it wasn't even so much here. It was after dinner. If I'm eating dinner at a normal time, which I don't
You
get
eat
to
dinner
all
at
the time.
5 or 6
If
p.m.
you-
By
yes,
8
if I'm eating
p.m.,
dinner-
you're on this couch. You're like, I need something in my
just
mouth.
something
so
before
if
I go to
I'm
bed.
if I'm not carnivore, 10 minutes after a satisfying meal, you're like, I need something sweet,
I need a piece
right?
of chocolate.
Yeah.
Something.
80.
So for
dark
me, it
chocolate.
was
Say dark
a
chocolate.
tablespoon of almond butter.
All
Yeah.
right.
I used to, when I was weaker, I used to drop some chocolate,
Dark chocolate
the
flakes.
the flakes in there, yeah.
Okay.
But
just a one
or
tablespoon.
yogurt, and if I'm weak, yogurt with honey.
Oh my god.
And drop.
Why do you have to
walnuts
be
in there,
weak?
Greek yogurt, walnuts, and honey. It's
That
like-
sounds incredible.
Yeah, I mean
it is incredible. It's
Okay,
incredible.
that's the
That's a
snack
Greek
I'm-
yogurt.
That's-
right?
yeah, right.
That's what the honey and the walnuts.
That's what we do. That's how
That's
we roll.
yeah. So okay, that would satisfy the hell out of me if I could have eaten that. But that's
You
not
know-
carnivore, and that's not going to keep you in ketosis.
When you
Meat
said
stick.
when you said
I
I
have
hate
thousands of
food,
those.
when you said I hate food, I think about the last 2 years. My family and I went to Greece, and when I close my eyes and think about that trip, the first images that come to my mind is not the beach. It's not. It's the table. It's the meals.
I want to
we
go there
had.
with you.
It is.
But that's the.
It
But
is
is it?
all
That's probably
about-
emotional.
But so what's
But-
wrong with
but-
that? This is your life. You're
but if
here
I
for
show-
how many more years? You may only
but
have
the
10 more
food-
years. I
the
don't know.
Food is fish. It's fish. It's octopus. It's meat.
Yeah, but I'm not
it's-
mad at
it's-
food in Greece.
You're mad at food here. All right,
Because
then
I
that makes
know
sense.
I'm
It's
not
my
getting
rules.
sick,
Right.
and I know I'm not
Exactly.
going to feel sick.
How do we do that here? Is there a way to do that here?
I say no.
You do the best you can.
Yeah.
Can you when you import it? But even if you import it, obviously they have to do something with it to get it
Spray
here
it,
in
spray it
5
anyway.
days.
You go
or
to
whatever it is.
Milos on 54th Street.
I always go there,
and,
and
uh,
they bring it in every day or so, right?
Oh, it's
every single day from
absolutely
Greece.
fresh.
But it's still
that a
you're
Greek
still putting it on a
we
plane.
went there once.
Is
We
this a
w-
Greek restaurant?
Yeah,
No, but
Milos,
it
you never
is-
been. There's one in
It's-
the best one is
on 54th Street.
well, no, that's the one in Hudson Yards.
Well,
no,
that's the
I
new
like the
one.
one in 60.
The one in Midtown is.
yeah,
is
yeah,
the
I
one
think
to
it's a
go
little bit
to.
higher. Yeah, it is my favorite. One of my
So
favorite
we-
restaurants.
We,
on Earth.
We should go.
We went there. We went there with like 8 guys,
Yeah.
right? And the chef comes out and like, look, I want a whole fish, and everybody was like, yeah, I want a whole fish too. I want a whole fish too.
Everybody gets a whole fish.
Yeah.
there.
Well, the
I
guy
won't get a whole
goes.
fish.
The
You
guy,
will.
The guy goes.
I don't eat fish.
I'll give you one fish for all of you. Dude, he brought out a monster.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
You see them right there. They have like Varka or whatever like that. But they have a table upstairs. It would be perfect. We always get that little private room when we're doing something. Let's do that.
It was.
I would do that. Let's
it
do
was
that.
a
Make that happen, Pete.
$745
That's your
fish.
job.
Oh,
good at
dude.
this.
I mean, you're not coming out of there if it's the 6 of us. We're not getting out of there under 2,000.
But
It's not happening.
That is a place where you can have that.
They have meat?
that's-
Yes.
Yeah,
They have everything.
They have
It is.
everything, yeah.
Do I
It
ha-
is phenomenal.
Am I gonna kick
But they
myself for
also
not
have
having fish?
They also have
It's-
fries.
You have to understand, where
whatever.
else are you getting? Literally every morning they're flying it in.
Fish
Where
only.
else? Fish. Yeah, the fish. They're probably not getting the meat from Greece. I wouldn't
I
assume.
have
It
no
just
idea.
probably costs too
I'm not
much
a
to
big
import
fish guy.
that.
That's why I was saying.
Oh, no, you
Yeah.
gotta be a fish guy.
Lobster. You eat lobster?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
They have lobster.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's Greek
Lobster.
It's not
lob-
Greek, but
it's
it's-
not Greek.
though. No.
Why, they don't have lobsters in the Mediterranean?
What's a Greek
they
fish?
must. Fagri is my favorite.
Fagri.
Oh,
What is that? Is
God.
that a white fish?
It's like a
Yeah.
It's like a
it's
pink
like a-
snapper. Is what I think.
Yeah,
it
What's
was.
it's
it
like a
taste like?
snapper or
Nothing.
or
It's
a,
just
a
so-
Royal
I've had
Dorado.
I mean, I've had
a
sea bass
Bronzino,
before.
a
Sea
Bronzino.
sea bass is
A
amazing, but the
Bronzino
Fagri,
is-
if I'm going Greek, yeah.
You know, it's in the family of the Bronzino.
Soul.
and-
I'm not a big like salmon tasting.
No, I don't
like
like
the way
salmon.
salmon's
Salmon's
very,
fishy.
It's very fishy.
I don't like salmon. I have
It's
come
also
to the
boring.
conclusion
It's
I
also-
don't like salmon.
It's also
The
boring.
Fagri, even at Varka, is we just had it at
ordered a fish
Trata.
before.
Yeah, Elia, you ever go to Elia's down
Yeah.
in Rutherford? They just
That-
opened up
that's a
in
great
Piermont.
place.
Piermont. We
They
just
have a
went
new
there
one.
twice. Yeah, their sister
kidding
restaurant.
me.
It was phenomenal. And the
Piermont by
Fagri
me?
might have
Oh,
been
that's
better.
good to know. It's
It
in
might have been better
Piermont.
in Piermont. Sorry, I'm sorry, Elias. Than Varka. Oh, sorry, Varka, I should say. Yeah, it was phenomenal.
Look, it's no secret that Varka kind of dropped a few notches over the last decade.
I don't know. I think they
Yeah,
still deliver a nice A. Like you're getting there and you're getting an A
It's a
meal.
high quality restaurant,
Yeah,
without
very
a doubt.
expensive.
But the
Full of
Greek,
bitches.
the Greek authenticity is
Oh, I gotcha.
is lost.
Well, I don't know. These are
I
now
go in there. I don't feel like it's a Greek place. I just feel like it's
Right.
a high-end
Yeah.
Greek restaurant.
Well, then you're gonna get the same thing at Trata.
By the way,
I don't really care.
the experience at Milos, because Milos is not cheap, right? And it's
Pete's buying.
It's kind of high
I'm
end. They attract movie
in.
stars and all that stuff. You come with me to Astoria, we'll have
Oh.
the same meal. We'll have the same
Galati,
meal.
12 bucks.
And-
We go there.
it's-
That's where we go. My friends from
and
town, we
there's
go to Queens,
and there's
Astoria.
like two dozen places that are the same.
And you're 1,000% right. It is fantastic.
So you
I didn't have
for
the
the
Fagri
name,
there. Yeah,
Milos?
absolutely, yeah.
Oh, you're paying for
But
the whole New York City.
Astoria's
you
not
know.
importing from Greece. They're getting,
No,
Hunts Point.
That's not true.
You think they're
They're getting the fish from the same place.
okay?
Oh.
This is
Don't get me wrong. What's the
Battle,
place that we always
foodie
go to?
guys.
In
They're
Astoria?
going. Where's the place in the Bronx where the fish comes in? It
Hunts
used to
Point.
be the South Street Seaport
Hunts Point.
at Hunts Point. Yeah.
Hunts Point Market.
Let me tell you, the people go there for the best sushi, the best fish, the best fresh.
You know
It's all
Yuki
there.
over here.
So
down
why
by
don't we
my
just
old
go to
office?
his- Yeah, yeah,
why don't we
He-
just
the
go to
reason
his-
why he opened up at 2:00 in the afternoon because he always went
Yeah.
there in the morning. He couldn't get back in time, so he would open up later.
So we should
because
just go to Astoria then.
I would do that too. There's a place that,
That would
we
be
go
great.
to is absolutely amazing, but
Kiklades is the best one, like the best.
I've been there before too. What's the other one? I keep on. No,
Telly's Tavernas there,
No.
Bahari.
Bahari.
Bahari's
Bahari.
great, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you walk in, the kitchen's on
You
the
guys are
left-hand
so
side.
fun.
It's,
You guys are so
we're
fun.
foodies.
Yeah,
I'm a
I get it.
foodie,
I can't.
and I'm starving.
I could just eat a shake and sit down. on the
Italian?
couch.
Would you eat? Are you an Italian guy or no? Because,
Yeah, no,
because that
look,
that is obviously
the-
not a healthy meal.
The difference between Greek food and Italian food, the Greek food is very like, it's not it's salt, pepper, and oregano, right? The
Lemon.
Italians and the French, they kind of know how to take ingredients and make something like
Sauce it up.
create
totally.
their food.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They make
yeah.
gravy.
I just,
It's
I
art.
just-
It's
pasta
art.
just makes me angry.
I don't eat pasta. I'm not a pasta guy. But like, give me like a good chicken or veal parm. Oh,
What? Yeah. I can't eat veal.
Because it's baby cow or because
It's just put in a little box, bro. How do you have the?
See, I like veal because of the way they treat it.
Oh, that's so horrible. I can't even. As a human being, I could never.
I like to juice my veal.
Oh god. I could
put
never.
it
Did I tell you? I told you about the lamb in Iceland, right?
No.
Yeah.
The,
So-
they have the sheep. You mean
The sheep, yeah.
sheep,
Well,
yeah.
yeah,
There's no predators.
There's no
Yeah,
predators.
yeah.
There's no cortisol, and they have to kill it a certain way in Iceland. They
Yeah.
literally
I love
coddle
that.
it, and it's a pierce right through the. That's
I
it.
love
There's
that.
zero stress the entire of their lives.
No,
it is
I'm not doing it.
amazing.
Just
Did I
asleep.
show you? I think we've had the video on here where I saw.
Can't. No
Come on.
veal. Veal is brutal,
That's
bro.
what these animals were made for us.
No,
to
they were
eat.
not.
This is survival of the
No,
fittest.
there's not.
I'm not
That's
saying they
not
need to
true.
be processed, but like
We're not made for that.
The human brain did not evolve to sneak up on a cabbage.
Hello.
The human
That's
brain
my
did
favorite
not
line of the
evolve
day.
to put
It's freaking
a
cabbage
thing
boy.
in a little box.
Come on,
no,
cabbage
that
boy.
I get it. No,
Yeah,
I-
no, we're supposed
I'm
to
not-
chase.
I'm not-
I'm only kidding about that.
Right.
No, no,
The
no.
box is.
Hold on.
I
So
agree with you. I
We
agree.
evolved. We learned how to use
And-
tools, or we learned to shoot
and a
the
grown
freaking thing.
cow tastes just fine. Like we don't need
Truth.
to have veal.
You need a
Truth.
baby
We don't.
animal
Truth.
put in a white box where its life is
I,
brutal.
I agree with you
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. I can't. I can't even sit there.
When, since when did you get so? You fucking hate people, but you're okay with animals.
Because people are allowed to have choice. People fuck themselves because they make bad choices.
You're not allowed to hate. You're not allowed to hate.
We have
Fuck weddings. That's a bad choice. I'm not against marriage. Let's be clear. I love marriage. I'm against weddings.
Let me tell you,
All right.
there's no better wedding guest than my wife, because everyone's like, I was looking at my wedding video, and all I see is Maria on the dance floor.
Going nuts.
All I see is
Yeah.
Maria on the dance floor. She doesn't get off the dance floor.
I have a good friend at Maria, my friend Rustin. We call him Wedding Rustin. He's the best Rustin. He's the best. Like, he's just having the time of his life. And he's not the most outgoing social person. And when you get him at a wedding, a couple of Kettle Ones or a couple of, he's the happiest. I've never seen him dance in my life.
When Maria was pregnant with Zoe, we had, in her third trimester, we had 3 or 4 weddings in her third trimester. We went, my cousin Mickey, who comes here, he's a patient here.
My cousin Mickey, that doesn't sound great.
Hey.
Hey,
We went to his wedding. She was like 8.5 months. Nobody danced more than Maria. She was jumping around. The women, the old aunts and, you know, grandmothers there were like,
they were in shock.
they were in shock. What is she doing, you know?
Yeah. That's the best. You guys were on when we did UAC on the cruise ship in.
Oh my God, yeah. Maria was
She was
nonstop.
grabbing. I remember her taking everyone on the.
She went on a
floor.
cruise that pregnant. That's.
No, we had a UAC trip.
UAC
that,
event.
Oh,
in
did
New
you
York.
guys
No,
do
no,
that?
she
You
wasn't
just did that?
pregnant
Oh,
then.
I thought you guys went on a cruise. Like, no, she
we
was like
rented one
like
of
a
like a
4-hour
50-foot or
boat. Yeah,
60
yeah.
Yeah,
foot
like
boat.
a dinner on a.
Yeah. Okay.
That was nice.
That was
was one of my best events.
Yeah.
out of New
So what's
Jersey.
going on with New York? Are we? So
Yes.
Mark wants to know. Mark
What-
is probably in. I'm going to talk to him this
Okay,
weekend.
so
So I'll make sure he get
I
confirmed.
sent a
and everything
message
like
to Krista,
All right.
just saying, hey, this is what we're thinking.
that. Is it the Park Lane? Did
Oh,
we
what-
choose Park Lane or no?
Well, I'm going to find out. So
Okay.
I'm waiting for Krista to get back to me.
So why don't we do a boat dinner on one of the nights, even if it's like the night before or something like that?
You know what? We're in Central Park South. There's no reason to leave.
Nah, yeah, you're right.
Like we should do stuff in that area.
Columbus
you know.
Circle, maybe.
Columbus Circle. You got Central Park. You
Like we
got
rent out
Fifth
like a
Avenue.
masa or something like that.
You know, we went.
You don't like
we
fish.
went so
You're not gonna.
Maybe
come.
I do now.
That's sushi.
I don't know.
Wow.
we went. You know, we wanted to kind of see the old standard hotels, right? So over there, the Plaza, the Pierre, and the Sheraton Netherland are like
Yeah.
the old school. So we went into the Pierre. We go into their bar. They have a jazz singer. It was really nice, and you kind of felt like you stepped back in time. It felt like the 1920s, but it was kind of like the energy was low. It was kind of, I don't know, like the Park Lane was a lot more.
Well, they
energy,
didn't
a lot
modernize the
more-
Park Lane. That's why. So.
No, yeah, but they kept it boutique.
Yes.
You
and like the
when
plaza.
we were in the bar, it's not like people were walking in dressed to the nines. You had people who were dressed to the nines, and then you had people walking in with jeans and a sweatshirt. It was very relaxed. You walk into some of these other, you couldn't even walk in the plaza. Like they had it, like the
Yeah.
plaza.
Yeah,
if you're not a
roped off.
resident, they're
Yeah,
not.
they
letting
No,
you
you
in.
can go into the. You can go into
Not
the
this time of year, they let us-
Yeah,
they kicked us out.
we were in. We sat right in the middle couch.
When was it?
At the Christmas.
It's a
right?
one. It's a 1%.
Right,
Oh,
maybe.
come on, you guys don't know how to
Right.
do this.
we tried to get.
Have
in.
you ever been to the Carnegie Club?
No.
It's a cigar bar, but jazz bar. It's one of the only bars that still has about an 11-piece live band, Frank Sinatra stuff. It would be phenomenal.
I would love
if
that.
we can get that.
If we get the UAC for that,
That's
would
what I'm
be
saying.
phenomenal.
It's called the Carnegie Club. It'd be right around the corner. It's not that far.
And you would go dressed. You would go like.
You could, or you could go. It's not.
yeah,
You don't go.
You
a
don't
schlub.
feel like you have to. Right?
No, but it's because you're cigars. It's an indoor cigar, but his name is Steve Maglio. The Steve Maglio band.
Deal with
The
fucking
cigar.
cigars,
It is.
yeah.
That's a cigar bar. Well, if we rent out
So
the
there's
place,
no
depending
alcohol.
on-
That means
yes,
there's-
no ton of alcohol. Oh yeah, it's everything, dude. It is fantastic. Grandfathered in. It's been there forever.
Oh, okay.
It's been there forever. Take a
That
look
might
at
be
it.
a good
You might be
experience.
able
You
if
know what?
you take up the whole
That-
club.
A lot of the UAC people like cigars.
All right.
Like
Because I was about to say, if you take up the whole club, then you go
I
in
like
there and
cigars.
nobody's smoking and
Right.
nobody's smoking. So
No, I'll have a cigar, but
yeah.
I went to a bachelor party at a cigar place on 3rd Avenue, and it was
Cohiba
great.
Club?
But, say again?
The Cohiba Club. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think that's there anymore.
So we went in
Great
there, and
place,
I
though.
did
Lot of
fine
famous
for the
people
hour,
there,
but
yeah.
then I started to get a little nauseous.
Yeah.
It becomes a little much if it's
It's
just
probably
full
probably
of smoke.
big though. Bigger. The Carnegie Club. I mean, how many people is it gonna hold?
100.
Yeah, so that's not like maybe it's.
No,
That might-
then they probably have
the
good-
Cohiba Club is bigger.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because you're not going to Carnegie Club for dinner. Cohiba Club, you can have dinner. You can do.
There are some classic places in New York City. I mean, there's the Russian Tea Room,
Yeah, Kelly's
but
favorite
they
place.
redid it. Like
Yeah.
they closed it down for a while, and then they redid it, and I hear it's not up to snuff, but still, it's a legendary place. You
Yeah.
know?
No, I think it's a cool experience. If you've not been to the Cardio Club, you guys just go there, and you got to make reservations. As I said, Steve Maglio. It's funny. You ever hear of BNI, Business Network?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
International?
of course.
So I did that in 2003 when I first started. And the regional director of it his name was Steve Maglio. And then years later, I'm going to the Steve Maglio band, and I'm like, holy cow, this guy is like this. Da, da, da. No, it was his brother.
Yeah.
And Steve Maglio, look, I remembers me.
Yeah.
He was in like a couple of what was the movie, like the Italian movie with Maniscalco. He was telling me all about that. So there's a lot of connection in there. So that made my first experience there even more tremendous.
Yeah,
it was a little bit
that's cool.
spontaneous.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm going to have a little bit more of an
Yeah,
emotional attachment, but I really do think it's
I
a
like
very
the idea of
cool,
renting a
old
place like
school
that.
New
Yeah,
York City
I think so too.
live 12-piece band in this little place, ba, 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 like jazz. He's singing the actual Steve Maglio thing. He's singing all like Frank Sinatra stuff, sitting there smoking cigars, scotch, whiskey, brandies,
Yeah, I
all
like
that
that.
kind of stuff.
I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
11-piece band.
Yeah, I think
Big
it's 11
band.
piece. Take a
Whatever.
I'm not
Nice
gonna.
piece.
Yeah,
Piece.
it is.
Just a
And,
band,
and a
period.
live
Yeah.
singer, cigar bar, old school New York, just very
All
cool.
right, I got a jazz club that we
Yeah.
go to downtown in the village. Smalls.
Yeah, Smalls.
Yeah, you been there?
Famous. No, I've never been.
Famous.
Yeah.
Famous. You go down in the basement. It's like you feel like you're in a dump. And it is. It's like this little cave basement bar, and just some of the best jazz musicians around. My buddy Dave
Yeah.
introduced me to that
It's
place.
very similar to those comedy places that occasionally, Eddie Murphy shows up and just
Right,
does it.
right.
So this jazz place, some guy who we probably don't know, world famous jazz, he's just boop, 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 he's just
Yep.
gonna play.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the best.
And it's like the top quality stuff. You just go in there and there's always a line.
You have a 9 o'clock.
I do.
We
You
better
have to
wrap.
stop.
Yeah, we'll wrap.
This
This
was
is
a
a wrap. This is a good
lot of
one.
fun, man.
This is a good one.
Holy cow.
So be careful on your refeed.
Yeah. So so eggs no feta.
Hold on.
Oh, here we go.
So if you're going to do the vegetable broth, that's fine. But do it in a bone broth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And take some ground beef and just put it in there and eat it like a soup.
Yeah.
So get the protein in there.
Yeah.
A little bacon?
Don't,
Can I put my bacon? A little
yeah,
bacon
you
on
can
my.
put a
All
little
right. So I'm gonna go bacon. I'm gonna go bacon, spinach, little feta. I'm gonna see how I do.
I'm going to do.
And then I'm gonna go to Taco Bell
Bone
tonight.
broth egg drop soup.
Oh, I
you
did
gonna
that
make
for
that?
our carnival. That was
Yeah,
that
I'm
was
not
actually
gonna
really
use
good.
3 eggs. I'm going to do like 2 eggs.
And you put them in raw and cook it in the boiling water? How do you make that soup?
So you
Yeah, it's an egg drop. So it's like the water's hot, and then you just drop
So
the egg in while you're stirring
don't
it.
scramble the egg.
No.
You don't scramble it. Just kind of break the yolk, and then slowly, as the water's boiling,
You
you're
mean
pouring
bone
it in
broth,
slowly.
not water, bone broth.
Yeah.
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 As the broth is boiling, you just pour it in as slowly
Yeah,
as you can.
And let it boil up and cook.
Yeah, let it boil up and cook.
Cool.
You got the meat in there, and you're all good.
Is it gonna work? Let's see if it's gonna work.
I like
Let me
that.
go back to the.
You have the.
Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can look professional. You have my feet. You want my feet? That's what's gonna go on there. There we go. That's how we're ending today's show, ladies and
Look at
gentlemen.
those vascular feet.
No, I know that's.
Your
I do
feet
have
are
some
ripped.
veiny feet. I
Your feet
do.
are ripped, bro.
Later.